What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. Today's video, I'd like to talk about kicker Younghoe, but if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content or NFL content. If you'd like to follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can donate to my Cash App, which is the $ Jew Talk Sports. If you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So as I mentioned in today's video, I do want to talk about kicker Younghoe, and is Younghoe currently on the hot seat? Personally, I do believe that Younghoe is on the hot seat after his missed field goal at the end of yesterday's game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that could have sent us into overtime. I do believe he is now on the hot seat. Today they did talk to Raheem Morris and interviewed him. He had his press conference today, and he did state that the Falcons will be bringing in some kickers tomorrow, some veteran kickers to try out for the team and compete possibly with Younghoe for his spot. And I do think that this is the right move by Coach Raheem Morris. At the end of the day, I really feel like Younghoe has lost a lot of his confidence in kicking the football. I really feel like that kick yesterday that could have sent us to overtime, that 44-yard field goal, was way off. And I really feel like Younghoe got in his own head. And once the player loses confidence, especially kickers, but just players in general, athletes, the confidence thing is really important. We know the game is more mental than it is physical. And if you believe that you can't do something, or if you get in your own head and you lose confidence, that goes a long way. So I really feel like in this instance, Younghoe has lost a lot of his confidence since last season. And I feel like at this point, he is in his own head. Could he bounce back? Yes, I do believe he could bounce back. But I really feel like it is time to bring in some competition for him. We know we have the young kicker on the roster, Lenny Krieg. Maybe they'll give him a shot to try to kick for us. Raheem Morris did talk about Lenny Krieg being a guy that's still developing and that he's inexperienced. But at the end of the day, I really feel like Younghoe needs some competition on this team. I don't necessarily believe bringing in another kicker will answer the Atlanta Falcons' problems necessarily, because who's to say that the person that comes in to replace Younghoe is going to be better than him? We know that Younghoe has made a lot of clutch field goals down the last couple seasons since he's been on our roster. He's won a lot of games for us, but we can't live off the past. I really feel like being a head coach and being a coach in general in the NFL, you have to have your finger on the pulse of the team and your finger on the pulse of your players and things of that nature. And just watching Younghoe's, mannerisms and things of that nature, listening to him talk today to the press, I really feel like I said he's lost a lot of his confidence. Could he bounce back? Like I mentioned, I do think he has a chance where he could bounce back. But at this point, I at least would like to see some competition brought in, just to compete with him. And maybe if you bring in some competition, that'll make him kind of tighten up and play a lot better. Do I think he can turn it around? Yes, but like I mentioned, his confidence is the thing that I'm watching, and it looks like he's lost a lot of confidence. He definitely is going to have to see some field goals, make some field goals and see the ball go through the uprights for him to gain that confidence back. But we can't afford to lose games, especially when it comes down to the wire. We know that points are at a premium in the NFL. Most games come down to, one possession games. If you look at a lot of the games in the week one, a lot of them came down to the wire. And we can't afford to have missed field goals, missed PATs, because that can be the difference in a win or a loss. Now, I'm not putting the total loss on Younghoe, but I really feel like him missing that field goal, that definitely was one of the big plays in the game. When I talk about the 1 to 2 to 3 plays in a game that can change a game, that can win you a game or lose you the game, those are the type of plays that can lose your game or win your game. So With that being said, you guys give me your thoughts on Younghoe. Do you believe it's time to, bring in competition, possibly replace Younghoe, possibly play Lenny Creed, the young kicker that we brought in this offseason? Like, he did show that he has a big leg. He was able to kick, I think, a 57-yarder in the preseason, and he was competing with Younghoe. So if I were the Falcons, I would give him a shot at being the next kicker for our team. I would keep Younghoe on the roster, though. I wouldn't release Younghoe. I would keep him on the roster, and I would give Lenny Krieg a chance to kick, possibly in this game against Minnesota, to see what he can bring to the table. But I would kind of play it just like they did in the preseason, where they let Creed kick in one game and they let Younghoe kick in one game. So I would see in this week 2 matchup, I would give Lenny Krieg an opportunity to kick, because I tell people all the time, when those lights come on, even though Lenny Krieg was making kicks during preseason, doesn't mean when the lights come on in Sunday Night Football that he's going to be able to prepare to kick, because he's inexperienced. So that's the only thing that concerns me, is when you're putting somebody out there for the very first time. Sometimes you got to take a risk. But if it came down to a game-winning kick, and you ask me, would I rather have Younghoe, would I rather have an unknown commodity like a Lenny Creed kicking in that situation? I would go with the veteran guy, Younghoe, because I've seen him do it numerous times in the past. But like I stated, I do think the Falcons need to change until Younghoe can get his confidence back. Maybe, being benched and letting Lenny Creed kick, maybe that'll, light a fire under him, where he'll come back and be able to regain his confidence. But with that being said, you guys give me your thoughts. I have a lot more content coming for you guys. But as always, Falcons Nation, rise up, be blessed. Peace.